thank the Almighty God for giving us another Thursday, a wonderful Thursday. It's like a bit sunny, a bit cloudy, but God has been so good. He's seen us through from Monday till today. Today, too, I have with me my wonderful guest. Just at my right side, I have Mrs. Sarah Samevi, the CEO, the proprietress of Kwesi Montessori International School. Then I have Mr. Kwesi Darko. He wants me to call him by the local name, Kwesi Darko. He is a pharmacist, a dispensing officer at the Cocoa Board Clinic. So last week we started this talk about bad parenting styles or things that are or attitudes that depict bad parenting, and we're going to do some recap. We're going to mention, maybe you didn't watch it, you didn't have the opportunity to listen or watch, so we'll talk about it more. Then we go to the effects that this bad parenting have on the children, and then today we're going to discuss about how to be a better parent, because I know you want to see your child being a very good person in the future, and therefore you wouldn't like to do anything to mar the future of your child. So today we're going to talk about how to be a better parent. Before we go on, let me quickly talk about my sponsors. We are right in Rojem Hotel. Rojem Hotel, we are sitting at the pool side. You can see it behind us. It has the one for the children and then the one for adults. This place is a very serene place. When you come here, you're going to get a serene atmosphere. It is a Christian hotel. So if you want a place to be with your family, with your friends, or if you want to wait on the Lord, you can come around. You can contact Rojem Hotel on 055 30 99605. 055 30 99605. Then we have Reka Financial Consult. Reka Financial Consult. If you have a problem with your, just contact Reka Financial Consult on 0244 465 9975. 0244 465 997. Legends of Tomorrow Early Learning Center. Legends of Tomorrow Early Learning Center is an early learning center for children from the age 3 months to 5 years. When this two passes, take your child there. You can contact them on 0544 199 802. 0544 199 802. Kwesi Montessori, the proprietress, is right here on this show. She's right here. And they have a very good system to train your children. So if you are staying at Agona and its environs, you can contact Kwesi Montessori, and they are also a learning center for an early childhood learning center for children from the age 3 months to 5 years. You can contact them on 0244 029 375. 0244 029 375. Malaika Smokes and More. Malaika Smokes and More. If you want quality smokes but with affordable prices, then contact Malaika Smokes and More on 054 361 4891. 054 361 4891. Takrade Apple Shop. I've been always saying it. If you want anything Apple original stuff, go to Takrade Apple Shop. You can see them on the Malcolm Road, Takrade Malcolm Road, and you can contact them on 027 111 9191. 027 111 9191. Now let's go to our guests and let's talk about what we started last week: bad parenting. There are some things that we do as parents we never knew they were bad style of parenting our children. So we're going to do some recap, and then we'll talk about the effect of these attitudes on the children. And today we'll dwell on how to become a better parent. Keep watching. Auntie Sarah, Akwaba, Mr. Kwesi Darko, welcome.
Thank you.
So let's quickly talk about one or two attitudes that let us become bad parents to our children, and then the effect that today will come to the good parenting style. So, Mr. Darko, let's get the ball rolling.
Right. So, thank you for watching, and thank you for joining us this week as well. Last week, we all discussed that there are certain actions and inactions that parents demonstrate or they do. And because of those actions or inactions, their children grow up to become bad or spoiled children. And we said that those actions could be, unintentional.
Yes.
It is not something you have wished for. It is not something you have planned for. But your lack of action as a parent resulted in your child growing up to become a bad child. So we looked at some of the actions that parents do take that will lead their children to become, bad children. One of them was that we said that a parent must not be very authoritarian, which means that you just insist on the children what you want them to do. Okay? When you do that, you kind of stifle their ability to initiate things on their own, to create things on their own. Everything is like they are waiting for mommy or daddy to suggest to them that do this before they do it. But you can use another style of parenting where, although you are supervising, you give room for the children to initiate things, to create things. They are able to think and come out with new things whilst you supervise them. We said that is a very good way of parenting your child.
Okay, and Sarah, add something before we go to the effect, and then
we also talked about ignoring their questions.
yes, ignoring their questions.
We should always listen to the children and always answer their questions. We shouldn't ignore them when they come here to us.
It doesn't matter how loaded the questions are. Let's have time. If immediately when they are giving the questions you are so busy, try to use a very kind means to let them know that you are so busy, so you attend to them, so that we'll get to know exactly what is going on. With the scenario I gave the other time, it was a real story. Somebody, because she didn't have time to listen to the children, she ended up losing both children. Then again, we talked about when they do something wrong, how we handle them, how we punish them, how we talk about what they have done. It shouldn't be in front of everybody that you shout at them or you beat them like when everybody is there. Yes, the Bible is telling us that when we put the rod down, we'll spoil the child. That doesn't mean we should abuse them with the rod. And the Bible is also letting us know in Proverbs 22:6 that we should train them. So the rod is there for the training, but we shouldn't abuse it. We shouldn't abuse the training. So with these things, if we don't listen to them, some parents will also shout on their children too much. So let's look at the effect. If a parent is always shouting on the child, everything the child does, shouting on the child, what are some effects? But it's not all those things that some parents do that will end the child up in a bad behavior. But some children have other deformities.
So last week we said that a parent who shouts at children end up making the children timid. They become fearful. They are not able to express themselves because they fear. And when that happens, they are not sociable. They cannot interact with their friends in the society. They can't even relate to elderly people in the society because they fear that as soon as they want to say something, they will be shut down. They will be shouted at. So they kind of keep themselves in, whether they are hurting, whether they are happy, they don't say anything. They are just there.
It's so serious, and this is very serious. Sometimes it's not likely to happen in our African culture, But when you go to the western side, some children even end up killing themselves because it's like the parents are not listening to them. They have made them depressed. So whatever is going on, they keep it themselves, and it results that they take their life. So parents, please, the actions that we put up can cause depression in our children, and some of them even get psychological disorders. Yes.
Mental
And
Yes.
some of them to poor performance in school. Because they are timid, they are not able to come out with whatever they know. They coil inside. So they end up becoming violent.
And do you know why they become aggressive and violent? Because they want it is the only way that they can defend themselves. Okay.
Yes.
So when you keep shouting at your child, you keep yelling at your child, a time will come your child will become so defensive, and the only way to express that defense is through aggression, through violence. And in the end, it will end up affecting other people in the society, including his classmates, his friends at church, his friends, in the neighborhood, and all of that.
And will grow up, ending up in marriage with that same attitude.
Yeah.
Because they are not going to remain children forever. They're going to grow up, and definitely they are going to marry. So, some marriages are facing problems because of all this bad parenting. Yes, that is what they saw, and they have grown with it, and they are also marrying with it. So please, let us help our children. Let us help our youth. Otherwise, they are going to wherever they are. If they realize we didn't train them well, in fact, they will curse us. Yes, they will say something. They will just, instead of praising you as a mother or a father, they will say something that will not be nice. So let's try to. So it can have psychological effects. It can cause a child to be depressed. As Auntie Sarah said, sometimes the child might be in class. He or she knows the answer to a question, but the child fears because in the house he or she is not allowed to say anything. So he or she fears to raise the hand up in the class because maybe the teacher too will do the same thing, and this is going to affect the child. It's going to go a long way to affect the child in the childhood, in the youthful stage, and in the adulthood stage. So please, let us work on that. So today, let's look at how can we become a better parent. We have known those things that we do, that it's not helping, it's making us bad parents. So we want to become better parents. How can we do that?
Right. So to start with, we need to know how a good parent looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there some traits? Are there some characteristics? Are there some common pattern of behavior that we can see in good parents? And the answer is emphatic yes. There are some traits, there are some characters, there are some attitude that you can spot. It's very common in all parents that are very good. But before I touch on that, we need to understand that to be a good parent or a better parent does not come by chance.
Sure.
It is not by chance. You have to be deliberate. You have to be intentional about your parenting. Okay? So last week we said that to be a bad parent comes as a result of you taking some actions or not taking actions that has resulted in your child becoming a bad child. To be a good parent, you must also deliberately, intentionally take certain actions, okay, that will ensure that your child is well trained up to become fully functional in the society. Fully functional. When I say fully functional, what I mean is that the child is fit for purpose in the society. The child is well designed and crafted, suited for the environment in which he lives. So whether at church, whether at work, whether on the field, playing football, wherever, the child has been brought up to the point that the child is fully functional in the society. At the same time, the child becomes independent. The child can take care of himself because of the training you have given to the child. He can take care of him or herself and also contribute positively to society. Okay? Now, so we may now look at some of the traits, some of the characters, some of the things that we see in good parents. So, one that is very common in good parents is that they have the ability, a good parent has the ability to listen to the child. And when I say listen, I'm not talking about you playing with your phone. Oh, okay, Kojo, you talk, I am listening.
Whilst you are still manipulating your phone.
Oh, I am talk, I'm listening. No, that is very poor. In the book of James, we are told that we should be slow to speak, but quick to listen. Okay? So when your child is talking to you, the best thing to do is to give your child an attention, a very special, rapt attention, and then listen. Look into the child's eye. You can even touch the child. You can strike your hand or your palm around the hair. Oh, okay. Oh, is that so? Hey, is that what happened to you today? And then you encourage the child to keep on talking. You need to learn how to listen. It is an indispensable quality of a good parent.
And again, to one you were saying that you should listen. The more you are giving the child the full attention and you are listening, the child is going to do the same thing to you when you are also talking. You know, mostly you will be talking to the child and say, hey, I'm talking with you, I'm not looking at my face. Yes, that is what the child sees you do. On your recasa, your attention is somewhere. You are busy doing something. So unintentionally, the child has also learned that. So as our brother said, if you are going to give the child that rapt attention, that you are going to look to the eyes, even rub the hair, and you listen when you are also talking with your child. If you need the attention of your child, he or she will stop everything she is doing or he is doing and then listen to you. So in other words, whatever we're going to, all the good things that we're going to do to the children, they are going to do the same thing back to us. Auntie Sarah, okay.
Let me add that I mentioned listening, and Mommy has mentioned the things you do, your child will also do the same to you. And we call that role modeling.
All right.
Right? So to be a good parent, the second thing that you can also learn to do is to be a role model. And being a role model,
a good role model.
A good role model, yes. Exactly. It is very biblical, right? It is very biblical. In 1 Corinthians 11:1, the Apostle Paul said, imitate me as I imitate Christ. Right? So, and then in Philippians chapter 4, verse 9, Paul said that whatever you have learned from me, that which you have seen me do, yes, and which I have said, do. So basically, that is modeling. So you want to teach your child, for instance, to be punctual. You do not, as a parent, say it with your mouth, be punctual. And then you, as a parent, when you are going to work every day, you are late and you are rushing to work. In fact, the child can see you being late to work than you shouting at him, go to school early, wake up early. Because you are not being a role model, yes, for the child to be punctual.
She's not seeing you do that. He's not seeing you do that. So if you are telling him, it's like, why is mommy forcing me to do? But if you do it yourself, the moment you say it, they know that, oh, yes, as for mommy, she's always up early. So let me do exactly what she answered.
Yes. A good parent too, you shouldn't always be striking or shouting on your child. Always beating them. So at least, as my brother was saying, we should always let them know that what they have done is wrong. not always beating them in one way or the other, because when they are not, but my friend were coiled in, as we learned in our previous day. So we should always encourage them rather than yelling at them or beating them.
And even too much of that, Obama
Yes.
and the child becomes like used to the beatings and the shouting. So when the child is doing something wrong, yes. So yes, so when you come and you yell or you like on feel, because I'm a wired normal something, so please, it shouldn't always be like shouting, yelling. And when Mr. Darko mentioned, he said role modeling, I remember I did some teachings and I talked about the 4 M's of parents. 4 M's. And you've said one. Every good parent should be a mentor. Should be a mentor. Every good parent should be a motivator. You have to. Okay, let me keep this and maybe I'll use it to conclude everything, because I can see a lot in Mr. Darko's head. He wants to bring it out. Azera, do you add something before I go to Mr. Darko again?
And good parents who they teach more. They teach more with actions.
Mm-hmm.
With actions, the what you do, adia eye, and my friend who there, oh, me mama or we, and yet the one who never camera, but you teach with actions. You don't just do it. You don't just say it. Whatever you are doing otherwise, but rather you do what you teach them. So they learn from you as a role model, as my companions are saying. So you have to do the teaching with actions, not only saying it.
Sure, you have to do the teaching with action. So like normal, when you go to the lower classes, you can't teach that child with you sitting down with your notes and Mansa did that, and Mansa, that child will be sitting there watching you. At the end of the day, will not grasp anything. But when you start, hey, and Mansa was going with those actions, you catch the attention of the child. So whatever we are teaching them, we should do them with actions. We should add actions, not only the younger children, even those adults. You are teaching the child how to sweep. So with the broom, yes, we use broom to sweep. But after was a man for area still, if you were, so you tell, oh no, this is how to hold the broom. Do it this way. That is it. Until you don't just say it and then go and sit somewhere and expect the child to do exactly what you want the child to the right thing you want him or her to do. But you have to, whatever you're saying, you try to do. I remember when we went to in one of the colleges, when you are scrubbing, they will tell you, no, this is not how to scrub. They will take the brush from you, do it this way, because they want you to do something better. So we have to, whatever we teaching them, we should do that with actions. Mr. Darko.
Just to add on to the role model aspect, and you touched on the 4 M's you mentioned. You started with the mentoring. You see, I think that for me, the major problem we have in our society today and with parents is that we like to say and tell the children what to do, but we do not, as parents, do what we want them to do. And that is it. It causes the child at home to be confused, because you say this to him or her at home, and then the child sees you doing
the opposite.
So the child gets confused.
Sure.
They don't know what to do. And it is our fault as parents that if we keep on telling children, do this, and we are doing something else, we are not mentoring, we are not coaching, we are not being a good role model to them. And it's a major problem.
Serious.
It's a major problem. So we need to focus on that. To be a good parent, if you want to get the best out of your children, be a role model.
Be a role model. Be a role model. When we're talking, let's shift it a little. to the church. You know, how can I be preaching and then I'll be doing the opposite? So today we are not getting the quality members because we the preachers are preaching this and we are doing the opposite. So as in the church, the preachers are the parents. Yes, they are the parents, they are the role models, they are the example. So if we are preaching vice and we are doing the versa of it, then we are messing up the whole thing. So as we are talking about parenting, it goes everywhere. If you are a leader in your organization, you are more like a parent. You are a boss, you are expecting your subordinates to come to work early, but you are always late. They will never take your words for anything. Yes, because you are not being good example. So whatever we are saying, we should take it. It shouldn't be so strictly like parents. Yes, that is our major concern. But yeah, we need to be as if a baby ara obey ye, as if a baby ara obey ye. So we should be good role models. A peda will buy or dress fine. Where mommy will dress and you want your child to dress well, you know. You want your child to not to be exposing some body part, but you as a mother, how do you dress? You want your son to wear shirts, tucking nicely, like Mr. Darko has done, but you as a father, you are always dressing like. I tell you what they're talking. Are you expecting your child to dress better? No way. That's special. There are some children, yes, no matter how they mishandle them, so special, yes. Until that, Adjai and the man open because workshop, they are looking onto you. You have not told them to do so, but it's natural. Whatever you are doing, they are also watching and they will repeat exactly. Was it yesterday? We were having some chat with one of our daughters and no, I was having a chat with a mother, and the mother was saying that the way her daughter is behaving, yeah, she doesn't understand. So I told her, yes, I asked, and she gave me the answer. Also, be a basa na de bin. Them suyonti. Ofira ebuahi. Also, mommy, oh yeah, baby. I say yes. I want in a year. No. Now it has multiplied. Neridia. When so whatever we are doing, we should be careful because when it starts coming to us, it's coming on double fold. Auntie Sarah, yes. Yeah, let's talk about. So we have seen being good role model, yes, good examples, the traits.
Let me add this: a good parent always spends quality time with her children or with her child. A good parent always spend quality time, not about spending the whole day, but at least the few minutes or the few hours that you have, you will spend it quality with your children by listening to them, playing with them, asking them necessary questions, not anyhow, but at least you spend quality time with them to make the children feel your presence, feel that our mother or our father care about us or loves us. So
quality time doesn't mean you need millions of CDs before you spend. Sometimes you say, "Well, you're not dreaming, no, or them mean you can't sana." No, you can have quality time. What they are not, still, you can have quality time with your children right there inside. Sometimes you can just go out, one quarter show, but going out and keke, and I'm saying, just taking that stroll, where if you feel no one land to keke, no one to come on a one for camp, no one land to it is a form of quality time, and it is very, very, very necessary. It helps the children a lot. Mr. Darko.
Yes, adding on to spending quality time with your children, one other trait which is very common in parents that are very good is that the parents have the ability to promote independence, for the children. They don't do everything for the children. No. You see, you have to teach your child to learn to be independent. Minjin di say ubenyini na utu fie na oba nso sabi wanyini nani afikakra wa sha se ye adwuma na still oba no gusu depend on you bibia na oba fie bibia no dimirika oba da ho bibia na oba ma ho dabi. A good parent will train the child right from childhood to be independent. So as a good parent, do not take initiative away from children. Allow them to initiate certain things and supervise them. Supervise them. In fact, there is a term people use a lot. When they want to take initiative away from it, they would say helicopter kind of parenting. Inti abrebiano onamodo na ohe o ya boni bia no atia hey o ya boni bi no atia hey there be. Do not helicopter parent your child. No. Allow them to initiate things, promote their independence. Okay, and when they grow with it, aberwa ana akokora when ni beje esana se wo ba no enya brebia no be dimrika ba won chese da misikasa yetua meka me salary no metue ni nyina asa na asa ba ho be ha wa adwen e ba beje kakra na o pension sika kakra na wo no na ba beje. So try and teach the child to be independent. Say be ya enya brebia no be ba wo ho. Amen.
Let me chip in this. Yes. We call UK. We have this Montessori curriculum. Montessori curriculum is always based on training a child to be self-independent, to be independent. So when you come to Montessori training, we don't always do the work or do the thing for the child. You always give the child what she is supposed to do, or you ask him what do you want to do for the day. The child will choose whatever you want to do. Then you have to supervise. You have to make sure you correct, you do this. So we have this we call 3-period lesson. You show me, you ask what is this, then you ask the child to show. You teach first is this is, then show me. That is the Montessori 3-period lesson for us. So
this is and then show
me.
Okay.
So when you come to training a child, you should apply this. You train the child to take the first step to be independent, as our brother said.
Serious.
And it will work.
It's very true. Because without this initiative, whatever, the child will grow up and cannot do anything on his own. And serious.
Yeah.
So they will grow up and they can't cook anything. They can't even fry egg. They can't do anything because no man may say okosoja or feel home.
But you should allow them to.
It's almost soja. So the child will end up when you most also gas, when you most also coal pot, when you most of what you should. All because you didn't allow that child to take an initiative. Taking initiative is very important. If we want to be a good parent, we need to allow our children with supervision. We have to monitor what they are doing. We guide them in order to take an initiative. So it's very necessary.
And there is one more thing I nearly forgot.
Don't forget
that to be a good parent, you must, be very firm with your rules in the house. Okay, so you set your laws, your rules in the house. Be firm, right? Be firm. Don't flip flop. So if you say in this house we tell the truth, lie is not accepted in this house. Be firm. Jesus said in Matthew 5:37 that let your yes be yes, let your no be no. So as a parent, if you stick to the rules, you are firm, your children will spot it.
Sure.
A time will come that they will say, hey, as for daddy, if I do this, no, he will not be happy with me. He knows that you are firm with this law or this rule in the house. So please, to be a good parent, stand firm, do not flip-flop, stick to your rules, and your children will benefit from it.
Surely benefit. I remember a mother, I would like to come in. A mother told she has girls, like about 4 of them, and she said by 6:30, everybody is supposed to wake up. So yes, she's not going to do the sweeping herself as a mother because they are grown, they can do everything. But because she wants the children to know that she is very serious with what she has said, she will have to make sure she gets up. Go and check if they are all up. Yes. Make sure everybody is doing what they are supposed to do. So it's very necessary being firm with our decisions, because if we are not firm, the children will take us for granted. Because they know that me too adama yepo mama na mo too mechi nansa obey. Yes, we have to be firm in our decisions. And I remember this very week I was in a car with one of my daughters, and when I was there was a particular route that I could have turned easily and skipped traffic, but I realized she was with me in the car, so I said no, let me do the right thing, so that next time she will also know that when we got, and so she concluded, yes, mommy, I am pa. And then I'm asking me get a car, would you have make her, mommy, okay, I have to also go. So it's very necessary that we be firm without it. That's the right, yes, let's go.
See, although they are very serious, but from us, they learn a lot from us. They learn a lot from us. So when you set a rule and you as a parent don't abide by it, so the same thing, they will follow suit. They will follow suit. I said to you, we don't drink ice water, as you said in your home.
Yes.
That we don't drink ice water. And everyone I want to for ice water.
They will not be serious with what you have said. Yes.
Constant. So we should be very firm with our rules in the house.
Okay, so let's consider these choices. So I want to be a better parent. Should I allow my children to make choices in the house, like the food they would like to eat? Mommy, today I want to eat this, or is it good? When it comes to choices, let's talk a little about that. Choices.
Very interesting. When we bring it in my Montessori way, like you will say yes, but in the long shot you have to at least.
It should not be so liberal.
Yes, that you allow the child to do anything, choose everything that she needs. So that, as we said earlier, you have to supervise. If you don't have that thing, you should talk to the child. You have to make him or her understand you that this is the main reason I'm saying let's all eat this. Next time I will give you what you are asking for. I think that will be okay. But you shouldn't impose that but let's all eat this because mommy doesn't have money, or this is that we all that we have in the house. I think the child will understand. But when you go like it's in the fufu, it's kind of harsh. You are forcing the child to be in a friend so unpaid. So I think their choices is also very important.
All right, so we should allow them to make
their choices. Yes.
Decide. Sometimes I as the crab is one of your busy.
Sometimes you should. Yes.
So they will bring ideas.
Yes.
They will bring ideas. And
my junior brother will be like, I'm a comedian, make power here.
I wanna make it ideas, and sometimes when they go, when you do a heavyweight. Yeah, that time they want their pockets no cannot. But
so
no,
we should
okay,
explain.
so we are.
I like what Auntie Sarah said. Okay, so children, they want to make choices.
Yes.
Do you always give in to their choices? No. If you are a parent and you are always giving in to the demand of the children, what you are teaching them is a very simple but very bad thing. You are telling them that in life there are no boundaries, there are no limits. Okay, you can do anything you want, you can always have your way. Okay, that is a very bad attitude to train a child with. Explain, just like Auntie Sarah said. Yes, you are trying to make the children independent as much as possible. but it must come with a limit. There should be a barrier, there should be a boundary. But explain, as a parent, explain. I think that is where most bad parents, most parents will falter.
Yes.
They wouldn't explain their decisions to their children.
They make it final.
Final. That is being authoritarian.
And sometimes too, when they will explain cry, it will be in a harsh way.
Yeah.
And I want to say in this and if you have or something like that.
Yeah.
But when you make the child understand
the reason why,
the
that choice
yes.
at the time, like this very week, or my children have been pushing, let's come to the pool side. Unfortunately, the very day we were ready because something cropped up, we couldn't come. So one of them was so like and daddy called him and said, hey, that is not how to handle disappointment. We make a choice at Yemba Pusa. That doesn't mean that when even things are not working the way we should force ourselves. And today I decided to bring them around, but they realized that no, it has rained, the weather is cold. By now the water is cold, so mommy, no, we are not going. And so we have to have time, not always allow them to have their way. Because if you're going to, like what Mr. Darko said, say they be a beja one now, Mawopia, and they be a bayam one da. Can say Munka or say, Jata, we have a dabba day today. Hey, the Marine Jata will woof ye. One preacher be what's a ring and Jata will woof ye because Bibia or Bacabia, and sometimes the parents become the boy, and number family mama bay. Champions with you and in Jatan and what say the man you are rearing an elephant, a tiger, a lion, and Darko who's so conda edge on ye because you have made them understand that there's no limits, as our brother said, there's no boundaries to anything. They can do whatever they want and they can say whatever they want. But on your debiana is a matter them a debut or what. We have to let them know that no, as for today, your choice is not going to be accepted because then give the reason why. Mr. Darko, let's add.
I want to add one more thing. When you were illustrating, giving an illustration about the children wanting to come to the poolside and you couldn't make it, and because of that, one of the child was
angry.
Yes. Right.
Was
okay. So
like didn't understand why.
Yeah. So that is an expression of emotion.
Yes.
Right. The child was so emotional, wanted to come to the poolside. Something came up. Mommy said no, and the child was like, "Oh, me buafu, man, go poolside." Right. One thing we can teach children is what we call emotional intelligence. Okay, emotional intelligence. And just like Daddy said, this is not how we handle disappointment. You want to go to the poolside, that is good. We couldn't take you there. You are disappointed. That is fine. But is that how to handle it? To blow up, you are angry, blah, blah, blah. Is that how you handle disappointment? No. So how can we teach the children to grow emotionally? It still comes back to role modeling. As a parent, how do you demonstrate your emotions at home, at work, at the market, when you are driving? If you are in front of the steering wheel and at the traffic light, somebody, by mistake crosses you, as a parent, do you blow up, shout, yell, and use vulgar words on the person whilst the children are in the car listening to what you are saying? Do you swear? They are watching, they are listening. Fine, somebody crossed you, you were offended, you were angry, but is that how to express your anger? By swearing and shouting and insulting? No. Bible says that we should be able to control our anger. Ephesians 4:26. That be angry, but do not sin. Okay? So we should be able to control our anger. We should be able to manage our emotions at home for the children to also imitate, learn from us that, oh, okay, when daddy cry, nebufua, on fafane man to, right? And now daddy cries nebufua, on tiantium. But if you are a father, a mother, and the least thing, the mistake the children do, you shout, you yell, they will learn that from you. Very soon, they will be yelling, shouting at their friends, at school, at home, their siblings, wherever they find themselves in. Just a one cross up, cross your mope, Juma be do no, and that Juma they learn it from you as a parent.
Oh, I believe you are taking a lot, or you are learning a lot as a parent, and we are going to follow what we are discussing. We are all going to become better parents, because you have to be brave. The means that we know or your bad parenting styles, but we have also heard things that we can do in order to become better parents. Let me mention my sponsors again. We are right in Rojem Hotel. Rojem Hotel. It is a Christian hotel, a very serene, cool place. When you are here, you're not going to hear the noise of any other thing, but the place is cool. So if you want a place to have time with your family, they have a pool here. And then if you want a place to have time with your God, your creator, you can come around, because it is a Christian hotel. It is a Christian hotel. You can contact them on 055 3099 605. They have a conference hall, there is a gym here, and then they have a very powerful restaurant. You can call and order some food, and they can just deliver it to you wherever you are. Then we have Reka Financial Consult. Facing problem with your finances, your taxes, if you need a firm to audit your organization for you, contact Reka Financial Consult on 02444659997, 02444659997. We have Kwesi Montessori, Auntie Sarah is a proprietress, and when she was talking at the UK Montessori stand, they went down. So when these two passes, Ubana waits 3 months to 5 years, take them there, and you will never regret doing that. You can contact them on 0244 029 375. 0244 029 375. We have Legends of Tomorrow Learning Center. They are also a powerful early learning center. Also one training. Or to them, they are more like they are on the same realm. In terms of Wobanu, but Kwesi is located at Agona, Agona and Quadra. You can take your child there. And Legends of Tomorrow too is at Apramdo, in between Apramdo and Pointier. You can contact them on 0544 199 802 0544 199 802. We have Malaika Smokes and more. Quality smokes with affordable prices. If you want quality smokes with affordable prices, contact Malaika Smokes and more. One smokes no your fair, any engagement, any birthday, like any occasion, via in your smoke silly bina in your seamstress. A person stress no upon Madame one. My outfit is from Brother Constant. If you contact the stage, I will link you to him, and then find out more. Be a nice example. So you get your smoke from Malaika Smokes and more. 054 361 4891. 054 361 4891. Na Emma, Mr. Constant Nensaka, another brother Aaron Monensaka, they will do justice to it for you. When you contact the stage, I will link you to Brother Constant and Mr. Aaron. Then you have Takrade Apple Shop. Takrade Apple Shop. On the Malcolm Road, Takrade, you can find them there. Anything Apple original stuff, contact them on 027 111 9191. 027 111 9191. Very soon we'll be coming to the end of today's session, and when we're talking, I brought in disappointment. God willing, next week we're going to talk about how to handle disappointments. Because abrabwe mono oya di bia ye pe bia na de bia here nsabeka. Yes. Nyame wo ho, we trust God that he gives us our needs. Nti edebe wo ho need nyame nim den bro no nso, so let me hold on. Ahwene na aka disappointed. On in chede to ho for what is so going to talk about how to handle disappointment. Auntie Sarah, let's give your last word for today's session, becoming a better parent.
I have also stated something about parents who stay together, connect together.
Wow.
Because when you are growing up and you are growing up in a broken home, the lifestyle, no, it's something. It's you. I'm afraid they are not happy than when they are growing up in their
parents
with their parents. Raise from. So I'm pleading with the parents to, whatever may be the situation, we should try and calm down and resolve and solve them so that we can be a good parent to our children. Because I think that some of the children will follow suit.
Yes.
Because they are from broken homes. So Senyami and Bema, it takes the grace of God. That one Bema too, Afrano will overcome that age. So we should calm down. Nayama Yaminde come to resolve all this.
That's powerful. That's powerful. That's powerful. Inti ebusiafo. It takes two to make things better in the lives of children. But focus on what it takes two to tango. Can two work together except they agree? You can find that in Amos. Inti, for the children to grow very well, the parent, both mother and father, any input or you're very, very necessary. Yes, maybe a like way to quantize, but in the mind of the child, when the mom and papa, they are there. According to number papa way too, but they are still there, and it goes a long way to help the children. Then my sister Ken said, "Aduma and Buma, children will be following suit. When then our nampo, Mawaka Kanamo Chema, or them cutting baby mujamo. So please, let's try to be together and help our children." Mr. Darko.
One more quality, characteristics of a good parent. I made the back on the say. Say Yama ayam from Soa. We want them to apologize.
Yes.
We want them to say sorry.
Yes.
How can they learn that? Where are they going to learn that from? And as parents, you must be flexible. When you err, all parent no we mistake. Ebia na abofan wa ebone bi ensesa wo bono but o bono. Panichao.
Yes.
Kase kojo, I am sorry. Na ensesa me ball, nanso me fom ye, ma ball, mpacho fache me. As a parent, if you can set an example by saying I am sorry to your child,
Yes.
it is the most powerful lesson you can ever teach your child. Say, oh, I made a mistake. Oh, I am sorry. Please forgive me. If you can say this to your child, you have done a very good job as a parent.
That is powerful. Inti abofaba from no okampocho wa peninse from or de ekampocho. The same way afaba so obetu way too full. Yes, you are a mother, you are a father, but your child can tell you, mommy, the way you yell when I do something wrong, it's not good. Or can you answer something? Or you want to say na do ye afaba no so on day adorian oye ana onye. So it's very, very true. And when you do that, then you are becoming a good role model. So I was talking about some 4 M's. Every parent should be a mentor. Mentor your child. How can you mentor your child? You are making sure that you are doing things right so that the child will be looking up to you and you'll be guiding the child. So be a good mentor to your child. Then be a good motivator. Motivate your child. We should motivate them because we do have to encourage them. We should let them know that, yeah, it is possible. You can also do this. You can do that. especially work or school and now exams be 1 year day and now or you are expecting the child to do something now when to 1 year to your satisfaction. Don't talk the child down. Encourage the child, motivate the child that hey, in the name to my tomorrow you can do that. And when they say yeah, the main watching, the child will come with full force to take up that challenge because Asha no crying there obotumi why. So you mentor, you motivate, you monitor. Everything left to itself can create disorder. So you monitor. But when sim no there on no toilet no. But you know, share moves. No when you are share or no any change in the child you will see. It's so sad. Make the man say no abes into obi o otum nye ne ba na e ba ne nyin san ba ya ahia batan this is serious. It means you are not monitoring your child. You can't monitor your child for no pay and the nature no work no. But but when she comes, he comes, when you're to know any slight change, you find out. And in fact, at that moment, what kind of mamu the year right was I'm trying. They one of them said, Mommy, they say, oh, didn't be they put the best surprise in that. Now, because now it's a one. They'll be in their room and then I just come there. So it means when they are planning anything, I'll go and find out. So we should monitor them. Then, lastly, we should be movers. Parents should be movers. We should move them. No, I feel people we move anywhere. When you imagine you, but uncle cannot die. But you should let them know, hey, get up, you can do it. Come on, move. Yes, stretch them. Yeah, they can do something. So just move them. So please, those 4 M's, keep them. Be a mentor, a motivator, a monitor, and a mover. And trust God. We cannot do all without God. You model, yes, you be a good role model. So if you are adding 1 M to it, be a good model to them. On the workshop, you are an example that they are looking at. Now, we can't do without God because children are gifts from God. Not the gift now, my hand is the only best person able to handle these gifts very well. I believe this session too has been a blessing to you. And you are going to be that better parent for your child. God bless you. Mr. Darko, God bless you. Auntie Sarah, bless you too. God willing, next week will come your way and we'll be talking about handling disappointment. On the National Panel, so see you next week. I'll forever be your host, Lady Tile Adjai.